Hi Gemini, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month Mercury goes direct on the 3rd, Saturn goes retrograde on the 4th, Mercury moves into Gemini from Taurus on the 14th, and then we have a full moon in Sagittarius, which is favorable to your sign. It's in your, well actually it's in your 7th house of relationships. Then we have a new moon in Cancer on the 28th, and Neptune goes retrograde. But before we get into the astrology, let's see what the cards say for Gemini about love and relationships. What do you need to know? What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2022? What is coming up for Gemini? What is coming up for Gemini? Okay. What does Gemini need to know? The Magician, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Hangman, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Moon. Okay, so the Magician. This is your card, Gemini. The Magician, the communicator. You have the skills and the talent to accomplish anything. So you're feeling very confident in June. Crossing you is the Six of Swords. So I feel like, and plus you have the Eight of Swords here. I mean the Eight of Cups. I feel like it's time for you to walk away from something this month. So it could be a relationship that you decided to release. Something from the past, possibly. Something that maybe you weren't seeing things clearly, or you may felt like someone was deceiving you, or someone might have had, like, because the moon here is like confusion, deception, betrayal, or not seeing things clearly, miscommunication. So I feel like, so the past, you have the Queen of Cups here. You're going to have to use your intuition to know exactly what's going on, because I feel like you've been living in a cloud or a fog where things have been really confusing. You may have, in the past, you have the Six of Cups, so you may have connected with someone from the past that wasn't totally honest with you, or you felt like there was some, can I trust this person? Am I seeing this person clearly? Am I idealizing them? Because the Moon card is a card of imagination, but it's also it could be a card of confusion. And sometimes it can, you're not seeing, like, where you're not sure what you're seeing, or you're not sure what to think. So there could have been someone that you reconnected with in the past, from the past, especially with Mercury retrograde. I feel like this is energy from last month that's coming into this month. So it's possible that last month you connected with someone, and there was a little bit of shady or confusion around this connection. But in any case, by the time you get to June now, you may have decided, you know what, I'm walking away from this. I need to move on because I'm leaving behind whatever was no longer working. Anyone that was not honest with me, that has been deceiving me, that maybe even have mental issues. I mean, because the moon can be mental issues sometimes, or some kind of addiction or drinking problem. Whatever it is, you're seeing things more clearly this month, especially as Mercury goes direct at the beginning of June, I feel like you're really going to see the truth about a lot of your relationships and take action from that truth once you see that truth. And with the Six of Swords, it's actually a good card because you're moving on to something better. You're moving away from conflict. You're releasing the past, because the Six of Cups is about learning, healing from the past, learning lessons from the past, and taking that knowledge into the future where you're not going to repeat the same mistakes. And you're going to be in a stronger position. You're going to be making things better. So I feel that, especially with this Queen of Cups, if this is a person in your life, this person could be very emotional or very sensitive, maybe a little emotionally unbalanced with the moon here. You have the Hangman. So the Hangman is about giving something up for something better. So there's something better coming into your life. But to achieve that better relationship, you have to release the past. You can't hold on to both of them. So I feel like, and especially with the Seven of Wands here, this is about overcoming obstacles, standing up for what you believe in, setting boundaries. So for some of you, you might have to set boundaries in a relationship. If someone has been demanding too much from you, or, you know, you've been doing all the giving and they've been doing all the taking, you might have to set some boundaries. Like, hey, you know, I'm moving on. This relationship isn't working. I'm moving on because there's a new love here. You've got this Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So I feel like there's potential to be with someone who could really be nurturing to you. Like the Queen of Cups in the positive light could be someone who's very compassionate, very caring, has deep feelings. But you need to get the love that's on offer, you may need to release something that is no longer serving you. You have the Page of Cups here. This is in your negative thinking. So you may hear a message of love, or you may want to tell someone how you feel, but you might be afraid of their reaction, or you're afraid that to reveal your feelings for someone. In your environment, you have the Three of Wands. That's a card of the energy that you've been putting in. So a lot of times pages can represent like a new relationship coming in, or a new stage in a relationship. And the Queen is someone that you've known from the past, someone that, you know, you've had a long-term connection. So you might be leaving someone behind and starting something new. And it's just really starting to take off. You've got the Three of Wands, which is about, I've put all this energy into, you know, it starts out with the Ace. The Ace is the seed, where you plant a seed. And then the Two of Wands, you kind of wait to see what's going to happen. Where is this relationship going? When you get to the Three, you're going to start to see, like, hey, things are starting to take off. We're starting to get closer, or things are, you know, this relationship is going somewhere. And you have this Page of Cups, where you're starting to think, well, should I tell this person how I feel? Are they going to tell me how they feel? You know, it's kind of it's like the vulnerable stage of a relationship where you're starting to have feelings for someone. And, you know, you're just kind of not sure, like, do they feel the same way? But I can tell you, I think they feel the same way because the Three of Wands is here. This is like, this person is waiting to, you know, is wanting to move forward, is wanting the relationship to move forward. And you have the Eight of Cups here. You have it to get what you want. You're going to have to walk away from something that's no longer working. So I feel like there could be a relationship or a situation that was once good, but it's no longer fulfilling. And now you're moving on to something better. Especially because all this energy, it's all about moving on, releasing something, for, you know, making that sacrifice. Because I think a part of you doesn't want to let go of the past. But it's worth it because the only way you're going to move into this new energy is if you release the past. Because a lot of times we hold on to things from the past and it blocks the new from developing. It blocks the new energy from coming in. So I think you're going to get some clarity this month about what to leave behind and what to move toward. And you're going to overcome a lot of the things that have been blocking the relationship from moving forward. And I think there's going to be greater harmony in the future because sixes are about harmony. But you've also got these cards about releasing, walking away from something. I mean, you've got the threes are about birth. So there's a potential for birth, for things, I'm not talking about physical birth, although the Page of Cups could be physical birth. But it's about, giving birth to a new relationship. I feel like it's more of that than an actual child. But you have to clear out some stuff from the past, especially if there was some deception involved with a past person, or confusion, or maybe that person was not stable, because the moon is instability. So if you were in a relationship that was kind of on again, off again, you may have to finally close the door to that situation. Because look what's coming. The Knight of Cups, a proposal, a romantic proposal. Someone's wanting to connect with you in a romantic way. But you're going to have to make a decision. Who do I really want to be with? Do I want to be with, connect with the past? Or do I want to leave the past behind and start fresh with this new person, with this so much potential? So the Hangman, is a card of limbo, like you're kind of in this transition period. So you're like, you haven't let go of the past, you haven't really committed to the future, but you're coming into that energy this month. And I think, especially when we get into the astrology, we'll see even more what's going on. So let's see. Especially with this full moon in Sag. The full moon in Sag, Gemini, is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. It's an angular full moon, so it's going to be really significant. You have the moon in your 7th house, the sun in your 1st house, and it's squaring Neptune in the 10th. So there's a little bit of a confusion that you're having, like, where do I want to go? Where do I want to take this? The full moon in Sag is going to bring truths to the surface. You're going to see the truth about your relationships, for good or for bad. And you may need to even speak your truth, because Sag is about telling the truth, being honest, having faith. What do I believe in? Who is, and speaking that truth. And even if it may, if you're leaving someone behind, it may even hurt someone, but at least you're not living a lie. Neptune in the 10th, there's a little bit of confusion. Neptune rules your life direction. Neptune can go both ways. Like, Neptune can be, I finally found my soulmate partner, or I found my dream job. I know where I want to do. Like, especially if you're working in a career where you're helping others, you're doing some kind of social work or counseling, Neptune can represent those things. But it can also represent confusion. Like, is this what I really want? Is this the direction I want to go in? And the 10th house isn't only just career, it's your public, how you're seen in public. So people may be confused about the persona that you're presenting. Like, what is this person about? What do they really want? Where are they going? And I feel because the square, you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to decide where to put your energy. And that will bring clarity to a relationship. Now, at the same time, and the best way to get out of like any confusion with Neptune is through communication, through clarity, speak your truth. That's going to get you out of any kind of miscommunication, any kind of thing that seems deceptive or confusing. You have to speak up. And that will help you clarify and make a decision. Now, at the same time, you have Saturn trining the sun, or this moon is trining Saturn, I should say. I mean, the sun is trining Saturn, the moon is sextile Saturn. The moon is in Sag, sextile Saturn in Aquarius. The sun is in Gemini, your sign. And when the sun's in your sign, you're feeling good. You're in your sign. You're in your energy. You're having a solar return right now too. So Saturn represents commitment, and it's showing you the reality of your goal. What do I want to achieve? Am I willing to make a commitment? Am I willing to do the work? It shows you the hard truth for one way or another. Saturn, but it's trining this. It's in a positive aspect to this full moon. So I think that whatever comes up is going to be positive. It's going to help you make a decision and make the right decision. With Saturn in the 9th, you might decide that you want to. You might be teaching. You might be learning. You might go back to go back to school, get some courses. Especially if you're getting a promotion at work, you may need some training. But you're committed to improving your life and whatever it takes. Saturn is also about long distance travel. It's about your belief systems. I feel like you're really committing to a path, though, at this full moon. You're seeing things more realistically, especially about someone, if you have a relationship with someone at a distance. You're seeing the reality of that. Saturn is helping you get where you want to go. And it's in your communication house, too, because the 9th and the 3rd are the communication sectors and the travel sectors. So you may be more realistic about something that you've wanted to achieve. You might see the truth. You might finally realize, okay, this is what I have to do to get to my goal. If it means like picking up some new skills, if it means communicating my truth, if it means making a commitment, being dedicated, willing to do the work, Saturn will reward you. Now, in your 12th house, you've got Venus, Uranus, and the North Node. So there could be some sudden upsets in a relationship. The 12th house is, do you have a secret feelings for someone that you haven't revealed? Do you need to reveal your feelings for someone? Sometimes this full moon, if you have any secrets, they could come out at this full moon. So especially if you're dating someone and you haven't introduced them to anybody or something, or if you got this like secret love hidden out somewhere, just be careful, because that could be revealed. But also, Venus in the 12th is about, why am I afraid to show my feelings? Why am I afraid to embrace love, to attract love? And Uranus is going to help you to free yourself from that blockage, because the 12th house can be psychological blocks. And Uranus wants you to be free of baggage. So if you got any emotional baggage or love, past relationship baggage, and you need to close that chapter, because the 12th house is ending of karma, closing of a chapter, releasing baggage, you can do that now. It's preparing you for like a new beginning when all these planets move into the 1st house. So it's time for some type of closure in June so that you can embrace a new path. Mercury's in your 1st house. Now, Mercury's your ruling planet, and it's moving into Gemini this month at this full moon. And so you have this new opportunity to communicate, to be a new person. Mercury in your 1st house, it's perfect time to talk to someone, to communicate in a relationship, and straighten things out if there's been any kind of confusion. You're being more charming, more flirty. Now, Mercury is in an out of sign. Before it moves into Gemini, it's going to square Pluto in the 8th house. So you have some demons to confront, especially around fears about intimacy and, power struggles. You want to avoid manipulation, power struggles, jealousy, and especially if it's not you, if it's a partner. If there's a partner who is particularly obsessed, or you're always struggling with feelings of jealousy, power struggles, manipulation, around love, around intimacy, around even money, because the 8th house has to do with financial matters, your partner's income. So don't fall for any. You may have to speak up about and speak your truth this month and avoid and set boundaries. But Pluto is also transforming your capacity for intimacy. So if you've avoided intimacy in the past, Pluto in the 8th can help you to go deep, maybe through counseling or something, to find out, why am I avoiding a soul connection? Why am I avoiding, what am I afraid of? Why am I afraid to really connect with someone on a deep level? And what do I do to avoid being hurt? Do I try to manipulate? Do I try to... it could go either way. It could be that you attract manipulators and power struggles, or you are the person that's, wielding that power. So Pluto's about... But Pluto wants you to transform. It wants you to change so that you could live your best life, so that you could step so you could feel empowered, so that you can connect on a deep level. but you may have to go through some kind of transformation to do that. You may have to confront some of your demons. Mars is in your 11th house of friendship, and it's conjunct Chiron. So there's like a wound there. Like it's like, I want this. The 11th house is your house of friendships, the groups you belong to, your goals, your dreams, like it's a dream come true. You may have some wounds around that. Like, am I afraid to go after what I want? Am I afraid I'm going to be hurt? Do I have any things that I need to heal? Maybe there's a friendship that you need to work on, that you need to heal. There might be some, you might need to take action. Be courageous. Speak up. But in any case, you're going to see the truth about a relationship, and you're going to know who to leave behind and who to connect with this month. And if there's something that you need to face that's been blocking you from intimacy, that can happen too. Then we have the new moon in Cancer. The new moon in Cancer on the 28th happens at the same time that Neptune goes retrograde. So this new moon is happening in your second house, and that's the house of money. What do I value? Self-worth. What do I think of myself? So you have a new beginning to get the love and nurturing that you deserve. Because Cancer is about, it's about healing. It's about nurturing. It's the mother sign. So where do you need to heal yourself, or where do you need to feel nurtured and loved? And especially when it comes to money, what do I value? Am I getting what I deserve? Venus is in your first house by now, so you're going to be attracting love by the end of the month. And are you ready for it? You have an opportunity for a new beginning to welcome love into your life. The only danger that you might see, I don't see, because you have this moon is squaring Jupiter, but it's not a bad square. Jupiter is a benevolent planet. The only thing that Jupiter might, that you have to caution about is excess. So don't, because I feel like you're going to be attracting love and money, just don't go over the top and go to, take things slow. One day at a time. But I feel like there's going to be some major changes and major healing and opportunities coming through your 11th house this month with Jupiter, Mars, and Chiron there. You're going to be healing a friendship. You could be joining a group that wants to help make the world a better place. You could be changing who you associate with, working like Mars, wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is. So Mars is in your 11th house of friendship and the groups you belong to. So your friendships may be changing. The people that you normally would spend time with may not, you might be moving into a new group. Something that's more active, where you feel like, oh, I really want to be part of a cause. I want to really do something that helps society in some way. Mercury's in your first house, so you're going to be doing a lot of communicating with Mercury in your first. I think you're going to be doing a lot of talking. You want to tell your story. You could even be wanting to write. But I feel like the focus is on communication, especially in a relationship. And for the main purpose of clarity, to clarify what's going on, to figure out what you need to do, to make sure that you're getting the love and the support that you deserve from your loved ones and your friends and the people that you associate with. But to do all that, you have to take action and you have to communicate. You can't wait for the other shoe to drop. You have to be the initiator. You have to initiate. The only thing you want to be cautious about is going over the top. Like sometimes if you're not doing anything, then you start doing something. You don't want to, do too much. So temper your behavior, temper your communication. Take it slow, one day at a time. You could be dealing with people in power when it comes to, Pluto in the 8th house. It's also the house of inheritance, money that comes in through grants or inheritance or even lottery winnings. You could get into power struggles over a financial situation with people in authority who have the purse strings. But for the most part, I feel like you're going to be attracting love this month, new love. It could be new love or it could be a new beginning in an existing relationship. But at the same time that things are going to become more harmonious, they have the potential to be more harmonious, there's also going to be a need to release old baggage. And that can include releasing in old relationships and friendships that don't make sense anymore, that don't fit your new trajectory. So don't be afraid to leave behind what you need to leave behind. Don't be afraid to see the truth. Don't be afraid to communicate your truth. And believe in yourself. You have this power. Gemini is the storyteller. Gemini is the communicator. So use that gift to make things right and to bring greater harmony in your relationships. And you can do it, but it's going to mean you can't have it all. You can't have this and that. You're going to have to choose. Let that go. That's not working anymore. Bring in the new. Bring in what is working. Focus on what is working. And focus on healing. What have I been doing to block success in my relationships? What have I been doing to block intimacy? What are my fears? And if you feel like talking it out with a counselor, that would be a good thing. You could get a lot of healing done this month. But there's also a lot of opportunity for greater harmony and love. So take that opportunity. Speak your truth and believe in yourself. And let's see, we're in June, so if you're having a birthday, happy birthday for those Geminis born in June. So in the meantime, if you'd like this reading, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment if it resonated with you. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website. We can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes. I appreciate all of you. And have a wonderful birthday month if you're celebrating. And I have a wonderful June in any case. Enjoy the love that's coming your way. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.